Welcome to the Jill on Money Show. It's Wednesday, October 1st, and we are here trying to help you make really smart financial decisions. Now, just a couple of notes. It is incumbent on me to say that this program relies on you and what is going on in your life. So sometimes I'll get follow-up emails or someone has told me they've listened to the show and they ask me how this advice that I gave to one person applies to them. So it doesn't always exactly apply to you. Everyone's situation is a little bit different, right? And so there are times where we'll talk about you should be using a Roth IRA, but other times we say maybe not. And so if you would like advice or at least guidance that is more attuned to what's going on in your life, get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com. That's our website. And in the upper right-hand corner, there is a contact us button. Click that button, right? Click that button. Write us a note. If you want to join us live, which we always prefer, check the box. Mark will do everything else. While you're on the website, sign up for the free weekly newsletter. Comes out every Friday. Mark does a great job. He puts together all this good stuff that maybe you may not have seen throughout the week. So check that out. And you can also see all the other free content that lives there. We've got another podcast called Money Watch. There's a blog section. There's a radio show. There are videos. There's resources, so much. So check it out, JillOnMoney.com. Okay, today we are chatting with Mimi, who joins us from Southern California. Hi, Mimi. What's going on? How are you?
Hi, Jill. Mark, I'm great. Thank you.
Tell us what's happening.
Okay, so I find myself at age 70 still working full time. I was not anticipating this years ago that I would still be working, but I am. I'm, fortunate that I have good work, good experiences with my work. I'm serving families that have been struggling for different reasons. I oversee programs that are really making a difference in the lives of families. So most of my focus has been throughout my career on serving other people. And I really did not focus on myself in my retirement until much, much later.
Okay. But maybe things will have worked out well because you're a do-gooder. So that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that your good intentions, your good work and all of that, even though you were not hyper-focused on money, that maybe the universe will have paid you back. So tell us a little bit about what is going on in terms of, where you stand at age 70.
I am contributing, as far as financially, I am contributing fully into my work-based 401k. So the maximum I'm contributing, as well as I have a Roth that I'm contributing fully to. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing the Roth fully for several years now. Do you want me to give you kind of the dollar amounts of things?
Yeah, let's. So you're working full time. You're contributing the max to the 401k. Mm-hmm. What's the balance in that account?
Approximately $607,000.
Great, and that's all before taxes, right? That's a pre-tax contribution you're making, or is that also a Roth 401k?
It's not a Roth.
Okay. And then you said you've been maxing out the Roth also. So how much is in the Roth?
Okay. So I have a Roth and then I have a SEP IRA. So the Roth is $264,000.
Okay, great. And a SEP IRA, because you've got some income. You have maybe a side hustle money, or how did you get that SEP IRA?
Yes, from years ago, not recently. Yeah, and that has about $23,000.
Okay, great. I neglected to ask you: are you married, single, partnered?
I am single.
Okay, and do you own your own home in the very expensive state of California?
No, I don't. So I am renting.
How much is your rent?
I'm extremely fortunate where I'm living and with my landlord. So my rent is only $1,500.
Oh, that's great. So that's what gives you the ability. I was thinking like, if
Yes.
you're in service, then it means that you're
Yes.
not making a lot of money and you've got a bunch of money
Right.
in these accounts. Okay. So rent is reasonable. You're saving money. You've got retirement assets. What about non-retirement assets like cash in the bank or investments? What else is out there?
I currently have a CD that has about 46,000. And then in terms of cash, kind of in different types of accounts, I have about 66,000.
That's great. And so those are like the basic assets that you have saved, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now you're single, you're working full time, you're 70. How much do you earn right now?
105,000 a year.
And you, I presume, will be claiming Social Security because you're 70, right?
Correct. I just started this year.
And does that 105 that you earned, is that including Social Security or do you have additional
No,
money from Social Security?
it's additional.
How much is that?
So per month, it's 4,127.
Wow. So you're living large now. That's a lot of money, right?
Yeah, I mean, it makes a difference, but I'm being very mindful. I don't overspend. But I want to, think about, is there something else I should be doing with the additional money? Right now, I just have it in savings. I also have a very, very small pension, which is another $278 a month.
Let's get down to like probably the most important question in all of this before you start thinking about like what's going to happen in the future. How much do you spend? You've got cheap rent, but what do you think your monthly spend is?
I would say it's between 5,000 and 5,500.
Do you get your medical coverage, your health insurance through work?
I do, and it's really inexpensive. So like Medicare would be so much more money for me.
So when you leave this and go on Medicare, it's going to be more expensive for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So then let's say that monthly, I'm just going to, just for the heck of it, I'm going to leave your monthly expense. I'm going to say $6,000 a month. Okay. Right. Because that will be what is the future. What do you think is going to be the time horizon for you continuing to work full time? Sounds like you really like it. So do you want to keep doing it? How do you feel?
At the moment, I mean, I keep kind of changing, but at the moment I'm thinking I'll work till I'm 75.
Wow. So you're really going to be able to sock away some money, over that period of time, right?
That would be my intention. Yes.
Okay. And do you foresee, just so we have it as sort of the game plan, do you foresee any change in your rent? Because that would obviously be a big deal for you, right?
A big deal. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of the variable that's, so, I mean, as long as my landlord doesn't die, because, he's wonderful and he's older than me. No, I mean, it's really great. So, that won't change unless he dies.
Right.
It could go on for, several more years that I would have this low rent. If I didn't have this low rent, it would probably, rent in my area would probably be 5,000 a month.
Right. I would figure at the very least, and that would be a big change for you.
At the least. Yeah.
And there would be no other, in other words, you don't have any family members where you could like shack up with somebody and hang out or any kids or siblings that would be, where you could sort of defray costs or not?
No.
Okay. And you want to stay obviously where you are because you love it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful there. Okay.
It is. So
if you keep working for 5 more years and you said you're maxing out your 401k, meaning you're not just putting away the 23 something, you're doing the catch up contribution as well?
Correct.
Okay. So with that, and then, so essentially about like $38,000 between your Roth and your 401k. And are you saying that the new money coming in from Social Security, is that money like basically you don't need it at all? Like all the other money pays for what you need, and that $4,000 a month from Social Security we could be putting it to work?
Correct.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
All right, you've got plenty of cash. This is great. This is wonderful. It's all good news. I presume what you kind of want to get a sense of is like in 5 years, number one, what should I be doing with this $4,000 a month? And I think you've got plenty of cash. I mean, you've got more than 100 grand in cash. That seems to be a good place to be. Where do you hold your Roth account?
It's in a Vanguard.
Okay. So I think that what the next step for you would be is that because you've got this nice cash, you could probably establish a brokerage account at Vanguard, and then you can start using that $4,100 a month and contribute that to I would say a balanced, not even like a high growth, like a little bit, like some risk, for the next 5 years, I would say maybe 50-50. How do you feel about risk? Is that something that's, is it scary to you? Like, how do you feel about it?
I mean, it's a little bit scary, but I also want to, do what is going to provide me with the best options.
Mm-hmm. You have saved a bunch of money. I mean, even just the SEP and the 401k, which haven't been taxed yet, right? Even if I assume that, 630 grand hasn't been taxed yet. So maybe I would say that, in 5 years that will grow. I think that if you put away this money in the brokerage account and build that up, when you're 75, you are going to have to start taking required minimum distributions. Now you're in this interesting place, which is while you're still working, you don't have to take those distributions. As soon as you stop working, then you will have to take them. So you're going to have to take money out, right? And so that's going to be something that will just force money out, but it's fine. It's fine because when you're, from 75 to I don't know, you're not going to be earning as much money, but you would just take your minimum required distributions out, take it out a little bit at a time. There's no reason to worry about it. And you're going to be fine because even in 5 years, let's say the minimum required distribution is like $15,000 or $18,000 a year or something like that. Okay. That's going to be perfect for you because you'll have your Social Security, the old pension, and then you'll be able to take that money out of your 401k, and that's what you will live on. And then that will be great. As you know, the risk is the rent. And until we know anything further, I think that's another reason why we'd like you to capture this $4,100 a month of Social Security and start that brokerage account, because that's going to help bolster your access to more money. And is this it's a house? Is that what it is? It's and you live in part of it, or is it a 2-family? What's the situation?
It's a 2-family.
Do you have a lease or not?
From years ago.
All right. Let's just make sure he eats well. No smoking. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I do take care of him in different ways.
I'm sure. I mean, I think that this arrangement is obviously sounds like it's working for both of you. So hopefully this continues to work. I think you're doing what you should be doing. It's great. If you're happy working, keep working. A lot of people don't even realize that, like you're working. Guess what? You don't have to start taking money out of those retirement accounts yet. I wouldn't stress so much about the rent right now. What else are you going to, what could you could worry about it, or you could just move ahead. Make sure you're taking advantage of the free cash that you have, that cash flow from the Social Security, and use it and help yourself get to a slightly more stable position. But that's it. You're doing what you should be doing. Open up that Vanguard account, capture the moolah, and keep your head down and keep that guy alive. Okay?
Yes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Of guidance.
Course. If you need anything else along the way, or if the conditions change, let us know. Now, if you are listening to this and saying $1,500 a month, how can I get one of those deals? There are a lot of people out there who are living in situations that are pretty amazing. And sometimes it's with a family member, sometimes it's with a friend. So it's not just that like you have to buy a house to be in a house. Imagine if we had, Mimi was like, it's costing me $5,000 a month right now. She wouldn't be in as good financial condition. So sometimes these great, like whether maybe it's a rent stabilized situation, if you got a good deal, Don't be so quick to abandon it just to buy. Okay. So if you've got a question about what's going on in your own financial life, maybe you're worried about renting versus buying, maybe you're thinking about listing your property and then maybe you should be renting next. Who knows? Get in touch with us. Go to JillOnMoney.com, click the contact us button, write us a note. And of course, let us know if you would like to come on the air live with us by checking the box. You can also check out our subscription service. It's called Jill on Money Live. That's where you have access to quarterly live webinars, the back catalog of those webinars, bonus audio and video content. It's all for $45 for the next 12 months. Jill on Money Live. You can subscribe to us on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Please leave us a rating and review wherever you listen. And of course, lift someone up. Change your work, change your wealth, change your life. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you tomorrow.